Welcome to another episode. Today we are joined by our guest Natalia Rodriguez. She left behind a corporate career to move to Switzerland for love and ended up building her own business as a personal trainer and health coach. In her free time, she even became a natural bodybuilder. Natalia shares her journey with us as a solo founder and mother, along with the challenges of growing an audience on Instagram.
I'm Giorgio Zinaro.
I'm Ivan Peña, and this is Bootstrap for Cash. Good afternoon, Giorgio. How are you doing today?
Good. Always happy to have guests on our podcast.
Yeah, today we have a special one, and I think we are going to learn quite a bit also from her because, you all know that we are suffering social media. We are not really experts on that, and growing our follower base is being a nightmare. For our guest today, she managed to get a couple of thousands of followers. So I think we will learn a lot from her. So welcome, Natalia Rodriguez. How are you doing today?
Hey, Ivan. Hello, Giorgio. I'm very good. Just watching some rain after the summer ended.
Yeah. It's a bit depressing, right?
A little bit.
So Natalia is a personal trainer and health coach. We will come back to that afterwards. But first, I want to know more a bit about your background, right? Because if you go to your LinkedIn, you see there that you have quite a strong corporate background, right? You work in many different multinationals. So let's start with there. What's your background before becoming a personal trainer?
I used to work in marketing. I studied marketing and international business in Colombia. I did a master's degree in Spain. And I was main corporate working in B2B, B2C goods, like bulbs and food industry. So I was product manager for a lot of years, around 10 years. I managed to be a regional manager for Latin America for some of these companies. I was enjoying it, although I had like a middle-age crisis, and then I moved to Spain. And when I moved to Spain, I did my MBA, and I wanted to continue working in the industry, but it was difficult because then marketing, you need to know the customer, you need to speak their language, you need to know their minds. And when you are not native on these countries, it's challenging. So you can learn, but it takes you time, and it didn't happen for me. So I was knocking on doors for a long time. It never happened. So I ended up working in Cisco in Portugal. Then I moved to Portugal, and then there it was more electronics and softwares and things. And I was doing good. I was also manager there for Latin America because I speak Spanish, and I learned Portuguese. So I was doing good, but then I met my husband, and he lives in Switzerland when I was living in Portugal. So I had to move, and then Switzerland, it was even more difficult because language. So I couldn't find a work in the industry either or anything related. And I used to, by that time, start to working out a lot. And I don't know, I was reading a lot about muscles and how to do this and how to do this and that. And my husband one day say, why don't you do something about that? So he was like the one who discovered this for me. I wasn't so paying attention. I was keep looking for a job here, and then that's how I start changing my path into health industry, because when he said that, I start looking for opportunities and for other studies to do, get certified and learn more. And all the doors open in that way for me.
Mm-hmm. When you said before that you couldn't speak the language of the customers, where do you mean the language itself, like Spanish, English, and so on, or their slang, the business language?
I meant more speaking their mind, is knowing how they purchase a product, what are they thinking about, what's their economy look like, how they behave. When I was in Colombia, for example, I learned how Colombians think. It's like even if you speak French and you go to France, you don't know how they act, how they think, how they behave, what they will do if this situation happens, because you know the language, you don't know the culture.
Yeah.
So to be involved in the culture is more what I was referring to.
And was it hard in Spain? I mean, we have quite close culture.
No, nothing a lot. It took me 6 months to speak the language, literally.
Okay.
To understand what it meant in Spanish, many things that for me meant nothing. But so it was tough. It was tough. I was in a meeting, I remember, and people started screaming to each other, and I was like, what happened? Like, in a minute,
we do that.
In a second, and then just started screaming, and I was, oh my God. So,
and you didn't go to Italy. Could be worse.
Imagine. So you can hear the words, but you for sure don't understand what they meant.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you were born in Colombia, you moved to Spain, then you moved to Portugal, then you moved to Switzerland, and you were also in the UK, right?
Yes, my husband had a job opportunity there, and then we moved for 2 years until COVID.
Mm-hmm.
During COVID, we moved back to Switzerland.
And what's your impression of all these countries? Did you enjoy any of them, or do you think you would see yourself living there for a long time, culturally, right? I guess from a language perspective, I guess Spain would be much easier. But you said that the culture was completely different to the Colombian one, right? So how do you see, if I were to move to another country or one of these countries and I ask you for advice, what would you suggest?
Well, this is difficult because I think it's very personal.
Mm-hmm.
For me, changes are very, very hard. I don't know for you, but my advice is to try it. You will never know if you don't try it. So I'm always constantly thinking about moving. We wanted to move to Australia. I wanted to move to South Africa. I wanted to, like, so many countries, and just things didn't happen. And but here I am, so I feel like somehow life opens to you where you need to go, and you will fight it as hard as you can if you really wanted to. So I feel that my best advice is to follow your heart and try it. Don't keep it for you. Don't get scared. Scare is good, but try it, because then you will never know.
Mm-hmm. So that's why you're in Switzerland, because your heart is here, right?
Yeah. Very, very, very rooted, apparently.
By the way, if you don't know, her husband is Marco Fischer. He was with us in our episode about the evolution of coding. So please go back to that episode and listen to it, because it's quite interesting. So coming back to you, so you're a personal trainer. That's what I knew about you. But when I checked your LinkedIn to get some inspiration, I saw this concept, health coach. What is that?
Well, when I started personal training, it's more about muscles and, diets and a way of living to keep your muscles and your bones healthy, more physical. A few years after doing that, I got a bit tired of it. So I started studying more nutrition, and then I bumped into this course. It's a very big course in New York with the integrative nutrition school, and they sell me this health coaching idea, and it's a very, very, very interesting idea of seeing health as an overall thing. Like, we are humans, that we have over 12 different not layers, but part of us. Like, we are not only physical, you don't health is not only about the making biceps. It's also about your social life. What do you do for learning? What do you do for career? What do you do for food? What do you like? It's 12 components. Mm-hmm. So health coaching, it tells you in this study, they show you how this all is an overall thing. Like, you could be super fit, you could eat super healthy. But, for example, they said, this was one of the biggest examples that blow my mind, is to understand people with a lot of money in LA, for example, that there was a doctor that went working there, and he says, like, yeah, I thought it would be easy to work here. People with money, they have yoga teachers, they have nutrition advisors, they have butlers who cook for them, and they have everything done for them. Mm-hmm. But this doctor realized that these people, instead of being easy, was the hardest job of his life, because apparently it was the sickest person people that he found, because people were with cancer, getting Alzheimer's. There were a lot of things because these people had a lot of stress trying to keep their status, their being married to someone they don't want because of money, pretending to be someone they are not. So when someone had cancer, for example, and they were married to someone they didn't want to be married with, the doctor says, like, look, if you divorce this person, I'm sure your cancer will go away. I'm sure. But if you, and as long as you stay married to this person, you will suffer and you will die of cancer. And some people did it. Some people did it, and they got the cancer away. So it was shocking to see how it's not just what you eat or how much exercise you have. You actually can heal yourself. So this was the approach of the health coaching, and it was very interesting. And so at the end of the day, and the end point of this is everyone in their hearts know what they have to do to have a longer and live longer life and a healthy life. Like each of us know what we need to be doing in order to be healthier, because the stress is like the root of all the stress is the root of inflammation in the body, which makes us sick. So either it could be lack of exercise or bad nutrition or social life or love life or career-wise, or one of those things can give you this stress. And if you don't fix that from the root cause, you won't be able to heal yourself and have a age well, and be a life full of experiences, that what we supposed to come here. So yeah, that was the idea of the health coaching.
It's actually quite interesting, right? Because nowadays we're supposed to be healthier because, evolution, the technology in healthcare and so on, now AI even. But it seems we are sicker because of that, because we have such a life that is so stressing that we have the cortisol always up, right? And it's constant, right? That's why I tell everyone always this joke that I would love to be a zebra, because, zebras, they get the cortisol up when they see the lion, so they run away. And then when they stop because they escape the lion, the cortisol goes down completely and they just enjoy life. They don't care about the past anymore. So it's quite,
Well, that actually works for all animals. Have you seen the dogs fighting?
Yes.
They fight, and the minute after, they just shake it off and keep going. It's like animals don't have that. So that's why it's so different.
That is the same as Italians in a meeting room, actually.
I was going to do this. I say the same, yes. So what is actually your daily working routine? So as a personal trainer plus health coach, what do you do normally?
Well, it depends of the day, but usually because I have a daughter, most of the days I'm with her. I just manage to work 3 days a week. So now I'm mixing up. I love to give group classes. So I have a group. We have a big group here at where I live, in the village I live, and I train them weekly basis. We have 2-3 times a week. It rains. It's always outside. It doesn't matter if it rains, if it's cold, if it's hot, if it's snowing. We go out and train. So it's very nice. I also have online clients. So now I'm a lot in the computer, building programs and feeding Instagram, trying to get and test what works, what doesn't. So that's a lot of work. And yeah, trying to find ways to make people connect more to exercise, so I can start intuitive helping them to know what they need in order to be consistent with exercise, to reduce the stress, to try to live a more stable life, so they can live longer and they can be more excited about life, because that's what we lack the most, this excitement. We are so into our daily lives, and I don't have time, and I don't eat well, and everything is so convenient that we forget to take care of ourselves. So I'm trying to see how can I get people more into, like I show them a 6-pack, and then they come for the 6-pack, and then I say, okay, look, but for this, we need this, and that, and we start adjusting, and at the end, they forget about the 6-pack. They just want to live, and they just want to be consistent and train and feel strong and learn to eat and feel energetic, because we are so into the daily that we eat crap or we forget eating or whatever, and then by the time we don't sleep well, we're like in a big bowl, in a loop of not having energy for anything and just surviving. Surviving.
So your presentation card is basically lifting your t-shirt, right? And then
That's
people
what
believe,
doesn't work.
like, okay, I want that.
Sadly, yeah, that's how marketing works still those days.
So you were saying that you do online sessions. So how these sessions look like normally?
I'm very flexible. Some people just need a program, and then we just do one-on-ones weekly or bi-weekly. So we check up on doubts, and we check up on how's the nutrition, what you're seeing, what is your, more or less, what's the roadblocks that the person is having, so they can keep up. And when it's one-to-one, it's just personal training. So usually it's just a session where I plan a routine and we do it together. I show them how to do exercises, because believe it or not, a person gets more pump and it's able to go harder and able to really see the differences between training alone that training with someone. So when someone is watching you, you want to do your best, you want to hit this PR, you want to go hard. So it's nice and challenging for them to work with me. So when it's one-on-one here at where I live, it's like that. I just go through the exercises and we do it together. Well, watching the posture and everything, because the form is one of the things that people lack the most. So in order to be challenged yourself, you need to do it right. So that's one of the goals. And then online usually is just I send the documents, I send everything, and they work on their own, and then we touch some bases every 2 weeks, every week or so.
And what do they do actually? If I were to work with you, what should I do in my daily life? How should I change it?
Well, the first thing I do is just to have a conversation. I send you something to fill out, like some questions about your daily habits, how you eat, at what time you eat, what food you like, when you exercise, how often you exercise. So like try to get a bit of sense of you. And then when we talk and I create a program for you, we will see how this adapt to you. So it's very personalized, because maybe Giorgio likes to wake up at 5 in the morning and work out 6 days a week, or you prefer to do it in the evening, maybe just 3 times a week. And so that makes a huge difference, because your eating habits and everything will be super different. So I also work with the nutrition. In order to be sustained, it needs to be with the food you eat. I cannot put you to eat oats if you don't like that, and if you just eat meat, or if you just eat once a day, or if you eat 5 times a day. So I need to adapt the nutrition and teach you what means portions of, because I think the nutrition is not just about the quality of the products, or it's also the quantity. So at the end, what I wanted you to know and learn is this food that you like, how much is a portion of what? And then you can just fight your fight every day. Like, okay, today I want the ice cream. So you know how many portions are you eating, and this is according to your plan, so you know how much you have left. Or if you want today, like just super clean, and you want to eat just veggies and meat and rice, so then you know how many portions of everything is, and then you can just adapt to your life, to your fridge. And so more or less I need to know you to do that.
So the cheat days, you allow cheat days, and those need to be in the plan, right? Like I know if I want to have a cheat day, I need to, you can have it, but keep in mind that,
it's not about thinking it that way, although yes, it is like that, but it's to think it about like, sometimes if I feel like having a meal, like no thinking, I can have it, but know that the more often you do it, the less results you will have. And this probably is food that is high in salt, high in sodium, high in cholesterol, and blah, blah, blah. And so if you want to do changes, you need to be what I say to them always is you need to be not intuitive, but you need to be really intentional. Intentional is the word. You need to be intentional. Do you want results? Why are you hiring me? So you need to keep that goal in mind. I keep helping you with that, but you need to remember that we go with your goal. So if it's like when you have to go to work, you don't think about it, you just do it. Because if you don't go, you will get fired, you will have the money. So it's the same when you do something for your health, or you want to change a habit or something. You need to remember why you're doing it, and at the moment choose to do it. So sometimes, or most of the times, the idea is that you choose your goals instead of what you feel like eating. And then when you really feel like eating, and then you're like, okay, it's been 1 or 2 weeks I haven't had this and I really crave it, yes, go have it and take it out of your mind, because most of that is in your mind. The body doesn't really need it. It's more your mind. It's your, you grew up with this and everything.
Many experts say that to keep this in the long term, this kind of diets, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing a strict one. I think you have quite some experience on that. We will talk about it also afterwards. And it's better to have these cheat days because it's kind of like vacation. Like you comparison, you said you compare it with work. At work, you need vacation, right? Otherwise, you cannot sustain it long term. I guess here is the same, right?
And you go with that flow of your hormones and your desires. You don't plan it. You just go with that, but try to be intentional. And then you just go consistent. One thing I do is like, I don't want to feel like you're having a diet or you're doing something hard. I want them to remember that if I'm just teaching you about portions, you can have anything you want. So just choose the food that likes you back, because otherwise, if I'm eating a lot of butter, oils, or I don't know, yogurts or things that bloat me, and I'm all the time inflamed, and I'm not comfortable. So be conscious. What do you want? How you want to feel? How you want to be? How you want to have energy? So choose products that make you feel energetic. Like I try to encourage that, but also what you feel like eating. So if I teach you how much it's a portion of protein and fat, and you understand of these basic things, you just will go with your life. No matter if you're on holidays, you will be able to keep it because you know portions, and you know how many portions you will need for you, because everyone is different. Like you are super tall, I'm super short, so you need to know that, and according to that you will just follow that. So, and as I told you before, you just fight your fights. Some days you feel like eating ice cream for breakfast, well, have it, but then know about the portions. Like ice cream also gives you nutrients, so don't say something is good, something is bad, cheat meals. No, food is food, and just figure out what you want to eat today and put it according to your plan.
I guess with women it's more complicated, right? Because you have the periods that in a way disrupts I guess the routine in some way, not only with hormones, but also because you want more energy.
Yeah,
right.
I haven't been a man myself, but I guess, yeah, but I see my husband. He also have times where he just wants to drink beer and just wants to, it's like, he's not always like this. It comes and goes. So I think we all have seasons. Life has seasons. When you have kids, when you are more at work, when you're more stressed, when you are on holidays or whatever, we have seasons. The idea is that you learn these things to keep it consistent, because this is about consistency.
If I wanted to become a personal trainer / health coach, what are the steps I should take to become one?
Well, get certified and like learn the basics of personal training. You have to be certified, and they will teach you and you will see if you are adequate for the job, because working with people is not easy. It's one of the toughest things, because you became their therapist, when they go to see you. So you need to be able to work with everyone, and people will challenge you in many ways. So you need to be a people person. And if you like that, you just try it, because in the course, when you get certified, you get the chance to work with people and see how you feel. And then with that, then you have to study a lot, but in a good way, because if you like it, it's nice. I learn every time new things, new ways of doing stuff. I learn from other teachers. I have coaches myself, and in that school, because then you get more experience. And yeah, like every other job, you keep new things, new technologies, new ways of doing everything, and yeah, that's fun. But yeah, it's good certified.
Do you need a certain level of fitness to become one?
Look,
not only for marketing, but also for
I don't know really. I've seen overweight coaches, and we never know why. And I like to be fit for myself. I find it fun, and because this brings me the opportunity to try different ways of grow the muscle, or how I lose it, and how I did this and it worked, did this and it didn't work. And so when you do that, you have the chance to also teach. So I feel like for me it's fun. But I don't know, you don't need to be fit to be a coach. Sure not.
Coming back to the online sessions, I do CrossFit, and my CrossFit coach is a bit hesitant about online coaching because, as you said, some exercises can be highly technical, right? So how do you solve that? And when someone has to do some kind of very technical exercise, and I know how it is because I did online coaching with a friend back in Spain, and he was always telling me, this is really technical, you really need to do it this way and so on. And for him, it was quite complicated to teach it. So how do you solve this lack of that you are not in front of the person?
Well, CrossFit, it's very complicated. I will say CrossFit, I wouldn't dare to do it online. But it's possible because I used to do sessions one-on-one with people. So when an exercise online, so when a session is, what I tell them is I give them the plan, go do it yourself. When an exercise doesn't feel right, just stop, write it down, or just record yourself a small video. If you cannot see what's going on, because usually when you see the video, you know, like, okay, I'm doing it completely wrong, you know, you can actually spot yourself. But if not, send it to me, we see it together. Usually I can spot right away what's going on, and I will just give you the cues. But for this, I give the people like photos of what the exercise looks like. And I have videos online that people can also have, like the library of exercises, and they can go click and see it, how I'm doing it. And they need to see it very many times. And every time they go to the gym, I advise them highly to the day before, see what's the routine about, what exercises, review them so they get already in their minds what they have to do, rehearse in your mind and go there and do it. But always there's a problem, can be a problem. I never face anything actually. When they ask me question, it's easily resolvable with the video, and then or a call. Let's jump in on a call, do the exercise in front of me, and let's do it together. How are you feeling? Where you feel it? And a couple of questions will give me the right track to know if they're doing it right or not. And yeah, I have a sense for that. That's actually some of the things that I enjoy doing. Yes. Because I can see if the person is leaning towards what, and what is happening. Is he engaging the core? Is not? So yeah, that's, for me, it's fun.
She would be the perfect user for Live to Monetize, right, Giorgio?
I was thinking about that, yes.
Yeah, I think Natalia will be our first early adopter once we are ready, hopefully next week.
Yes.
So what's the business model of a personal trainer / health coach? So how can you live from it?
Yeah, it's complicated because, well, here in Switzerland is quite good because actually when you work with people, the price is high. It's a high ticket. So people need to pay between 150, 170 a session to work out with me. So it is, if I have, 15 clients or so, I could have a medium salary to survive. So it depends on how many clients I can have. So now that I'm a mom and I don't have the time to have one-on-one so often, also the classes and everything, I have a mix of everything. So I think the business model will depend on what you enjoy doing the most. If you enjoy doing boot camps and classes, well, the bigger the groups, the better. So you need to communicate it here in person. If you don't like to go out or you don't like to train outside, online will be your second best option. So for example, I'm thinking of running 30 days transformation, I don't know how to say it in English.
Challenges.
And so
in
those
a way
are
to gamify. You want to gamify the whole thing, right? In a way.
Second?
You want to gamify the whole thing, like Duolingo, for instance, does with learning a language. They gamify. They make a game out of it in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And they get to learn. It's personalized, and so the idea that will be that people pay $50, $100, and then they can go join the transformation. Then they get the transformation, and then they keep it. And if they want to sustain it and they don't know how, they can hire me back. So that could be another thing. So the good is that you can get more people into purchasing like a low price ticket, and then the more people you can get, the better chances you have to earn more money and be sustainable. So that could be, because you just resell the thing, you know. Also to do ebooks for just like, I don't know, get your six pack in 6 weeks or things like that are also an idea to monetize your, like, many ways. Also having an app and having people memberships and things like that. So is as long as you're willing to work on keeping consistent the content out there. And yeah, but there's many ways. But for me now, at least, is what I'm having in mind to do. Because bear in mind that I just starting back because I was 3 years. I stopped because I was with my daughter, and now I'm just coming back to it. So let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I was wondering how you scale that, because at the end you are a solopreneur, right? That you are alone. That you cannot scale that because you can just do as much as you can do in these 24 hours that you have every day, right? But yeah, it's a good approach, right? To scale, to reuse content in a way, to promote this content so you can just get an income a recurring income out of this content, right? It makes sense.
That's the plan, yeah.
Before you became, or maybe while you were becoming a personal trainer, you became also a bodybuilder, right?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, when I started, I met a woman. She was my coach for many years, and she was into bodybuilding. And she asked me if I wanted to do it. I said, why not? And yeah, my husband supported me because it's a lot of support. And then I did it, and I thought, like, yeah, why not? But that was great. I did 2 competitions only. With my third, I couldn't because the diet, it was too strong, and it's very subjective, you know. You were standing in front of people that they have never seen you again. They don't know how hard you work. They don't know anything. You spend thousands of dollars on this thing because you need supplements and a lot of stuff. And then they judge you if you are good enough or not. And that's something that okay, so I take my body to this for the what? So the third one I couldn't, and I didn't want to keep it. And that brought me like in a eating disorder kind of, because I wanted to keep the shape, but you cannot if you don't diet. So that's why I started health coaching and other things, because I was a little bit overwhelmed of, wow, what is this feeling, you know? And now that I've been so many years, this is behind me like for 7 years or so, now I can keep almost the shape of competing with a good hormonal balance. At that time, my hormones were really bad. I lost my period. It was terrible. I was super grumpy all the time. I couldn't sleep. I was overtrained. Bodybuilding, it's a hard sport.
So and it's not profitable, right? So you cannot really make money out of it.
If you win, I mean, I was in a line of 30 girls worldwide, because this was a worldwide championship. I came up in the 5th position. So imagine, like, it wasn't bad, but yeah, I didn't earn anything. And the one that got the first prize, I don't know, like $300 or something like that, like nothing. And we spent a lot of money, like flights, because I had to go to Germany, I had to go to Prague, I had to buy the suits, I had to do the tan. You know, you need to pay for the tan, you need to pay for.
But you're Colombian, come on. You don't need the tan.
Now you need it, because you need to be very tan.
Can you please quickly explain the different categories? Because it's not like men, right? You have additional categories in.
Yeah, we have the bikini competition, the bikini one, the bikini and the sport one. That's the difference. Then you have like depending on your size and everything. But that was natural bodybuilding, so for me it was hard to, like, for women we don't have testosterone, so for women it's very, very, very hard to build muscle. So when we do build muscle, like, good job, because it's really hard. We need a lot of work. And so I did the bikini, and then there is the first class and second class, and it depends on how pumped you are. So for bikini, for natural bodybuilding, is usually bikini and then the fitness one. But then when you are on steroids or you use hormones or you have some help, then it's another competitions you can also work on, and they have other categories, because then you are competing with more help.
So let me understand. So bikini is part of natural bodybuilding.
You also have it in the ones that are allowed with hormones. You can also go bikini. Bikini is just you see the muscle, but not so much, and you're very lean, very lean. Okay. That's bikini. So you have the muscle, but you don't really need to see it.
And natural bodybuilding is that you just use supplements, but not cycles.
Exactly. No hormones.
Okay, got it.
Not even coffee I can use. Like
not even coffee.
Not even coffee.
Okay.
It's tough when you're out of carbs for so long.
Are there any Italians in bodybuilding?
I don't think so.
How can they handle that? Did bodybuilding help you in any way for marketing?
Of course. Yeah. Also, it was, I think, my ramp up to becoming more intuitive and to learn more about the body. I mean, when you take it to that level of stress and you learn what is not good, like what is so what many trainers sells you is this kind of work, and that's not sustainable. It is not sustainable. You cannot keep a diet like that. You cannot keep it like, no. So it forced me to learn to do it right, and that is possible to be in a good shape. Like now I could compete, of course. I just maybe diet for 3 weeks and I will be able to compete, but that's not my aim. But so I can keep a good muscle mass with a good diet, healthy hormones, healthy stress levels, sustainable eating everything. I don't cut anything for my life unless it's really like bloat me or make me sick or I don't like it. But I eat everything and I'm happy, and I enjoy life. I make pieces with food. When I was in bodybuilding, I was like, oh, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. So I remember the day after the competition, no, the hour after the competition, so it was an hour after the competition, we went directly to eat. And I was eating like hamburgers, fries. I bought in the airport like a bunch of chocolates. And I was like, it looked like I don't know. I was like in a cave for I don't know how many years, and I just came out and I was eating all McDonald's and things and all these horrible foods that actually makes me bad. But I didn't care. I was like craving sugar and I was craving, French fries and all this stuff that now I like keep in moderation because I know they don't feel well for me. And they're nice, but they're not my main meat. Like what I like is I learn to enjoy foods that give me energy, that keeps my insulin levels good. Like, I don't know, it sounds a bit realistic, but you can be like that. You can actually make pieces with food and not be needing to overdo it. If I want some chips, I just eat them and keep on with my life. That's it, period. Don't think it too much.
So the goal should be to hack your brain in a way that you see this diet like a lifestyle more than a diet.
You just touch the basic thing, because this is about brain. This is about your brain. It's just brain chemistry and what you think. What you think, it will make you do the action, right? And how you feel. So many beliefs about food, that bread makes me go fat, or these fats makes me fat, or make you fearful. And so when we rewire your brain, also workout. I used to believe working out was to be thin and but if you work out with that, you will be very disappointed because you won't be thin if you just work out. So you work out, you need to start connecting more ideas about works out. So I tell people, you work out because you want to get strong, you want to get older, fit, you want to be able to support your family, not be able to to need help, to go to the toilet when you're 80, or not be able to leave the stairs, or those thoughts are the things you need to think in order to wanted to go to workout. Because if you're still feeling that it's to go thin, to be thin, well, you don't need to, you will never go. Like, it's not important right now. It won't make you happier, so you won't prioritize it. But when you start remembering why you do it, why you need to do it, then eventually you will just go. Don't think about it. You just go and do it.
If I remember correctly, 7 years, no, you didn't have a daughter yet when you were doing bodybuilding, right?
No.
But you said that now you could do it again. How would you do that? Having a daughter, having a business, being alone in that business, your husband, your house, and so on. How
I wouldn't do it.
That?
Bodybuilding.
You wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't do it. No, I don't waste my money on that. I'm happy to watching myself in the mirror, looking good. I'm enjoying it. I enjoy it because it makes me feel strong, capable. It's something I accomplished by myself. And many people may want to see or feel that way, and it's nice, and I'm 40s, it's I want to be the fittest now, because then after these 50s, 60s, 70s, our bodies will change. So I want to just enjoy this last youth of life, because then it will change, and I definitely will look the same, probably good, but not the same. I will start age, and that's something will happen, and I need to face. So enjoying this phase, because this is something won't come back.
When you look yourself on the mirror, do you still do these typical movements of bodybuilding?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Do you keep some tan? Like to put it on?
I wish.
Okay, so you said that you were promoting yourself on social media,
Yeah.
concretely Instagram, and it's actually quite crazy because now that we are more active on social media because of our job, right? I was always completely disconnected from social media, and every day that I access to check the insights on Instagram, there is a new post from you, a new story. And it's like, how can you do that? Like, I'm already suffering to maintain this lifestyle, right? Like, you need to take care of all these things, and at the same time, you need to post content that is adding value, whatever that means. And so, how can you sustain that? How do you do it?
Look, I did it for many years before. Like when I started in personal training, I did that for a while, and I burned out many times. I mean, after 3 months, I remember I used to sell high-end tickets. Like I was selling my programs for over $1,000. So I had like 5-6 clients a month, and that's it. And I was making it, but I was crushing every time, burning out. Every 3 months, I was like down again. And actually, before I started again, I thought about it a lot. I was like, I hate Instagram. I hate going online. I hate it. But then I saw what was happening. I was telling my brain, I hate it. I don't like it. This is this and that. I need to rewire my thoughts. So for a good month, I started thinking why I should do it. It's convenient. I can spend time with my family. I can have clients. I can help people. I have a strong desire of helping persons. I'm helping people. So is this the only way I have? So either I'm going to shut down the door and just say I don't do it, or I will just try it again. So I just, when I came out again, I started working with ChatGPT. So it's a great therapist. Also, I have my own therapist as well. So since 5 years, so I have a therapist as well, and it has helped me to become more. Something I lack was trusting myself. So I have so many ideas, but I was having troubles to delivering in Instagram and things like that because I wouldn't be able to be consistent. So I have I was a good content creator, but I was lazy about doing the videos and stuff. Like if the quality was bad, it's still not good. But I was having troubles to making it outside. And then I remember before the last videos I did stop completely. They were like good. They were like 5,000 views, 10,000 views, 50,000 views. It was good. But they were a lot of work. And then I got really tired because they were like character playing, role playing. And I was fine doing them, but I was talking about something different that I'm talking right now. So I had to start over. So just start step by step and trying to make one day at a time, trying to have scheduled time for creating content, scheduling time to editing, scheduling time, like small chunks, and just doing what I feel like doing in terms of what I am creating, what I want to create, what I want to say. And ChatGPT has helped me to clear my head in that aspect, because when you are alone, you don't know if what you're thinking is right or good. Nobody's judging you. So it's nice that he can say, okay, let's put this back into small steps and let's do it. And it's like a help. It's like someone is with me working and I'm not alone. So to be consistent, I just I'm trying to make it fast and quick. Small ideas, practical things, what people ask me, I try to respond those questions. So I go with that flow. And if I have an idea this week that something happened, I go with that flow. So I try to not think it too much, and I'm not on the app all the time. I just open it middays, update some stuff. I have some when I have to edit, I know WhatsApp. Now Instagram have the opportunity to schedule contact. So everything is a schedule. So at least 1 or 2 weeks is a schedule. So I can keep doing this rhythm slowly without pressure or like, I haven't done anything for tomorrow. No. So if I have 1 or 2 weeks already done,
that's us now.
It's good enough.
Day by day.
And I don't feel any stress about it. And actually, I rewire my brain. So I think I want more clients. I have to do this. And so what I'm going to do, I need to test what it works, test this works. So I'm doing it like a trial and error. I want to be this because I'm intentional. I want to I will do this reel today, and I will want to evaluate. Before it was just create content to create content and to have something. No. Now I just want to wait. Let's see what happens with this reel. If it works, good. We see this again. If not, we don't do it anymore. And so I want to be more intentional, like with the exercise and the food. Be more intentional and make it work, because I think that's the fun of it. So I don't know. Somehow it kept the stress levels really low doing it like this. But I needed to rewind my brain, the thoughts about it.
How do you do it to have weeks in advance the content schedule already? Do you take one day to create a lot of content and create chunks out of that content and then schedule it for the next weeks?
Yeah.
And you schedule for each day?
No, I group of themes. So, for example, this week I'm talking about consistency. Next week I will talk about any tips, special things, exercises for glutes or whatever, special body part. So I mix up a bit of ideas I have. So I have wrote them down, and then I schedule one day to create these ideas, to see, okay, what are the ideas? And then I leave it there. And then I will create the content on these ideas the next day. So I will just keep it in the back of my head. And the next day, somehow, magically in my head, it shows how to do each of them. What can I use? And then with that, I already just do it and edit it at the same time. Schedule. Edit, do voiceover or whatever, schedule. Like, I find it that these edits from Instagram, it's super easy going, super easy to do. So I'm just doing it like that. Now I need to upgrade in the quality, but I feel like I'm just now playing off a bit of what topics are hot, what topics are not hot, what can I be doing better, or what works and what not. So more or less. But yeah, I will do it in different times and different days, a few hours for everything.
You're doing the edits yourself?
Yeah.
And do you use Instagram or do you use any other tool to do the edits?
Yeah, the Instagram edits. They have an app called Edits, and I like it. Yeah.
And is Instagram the only marketing channel that you use, or do you also do word of mouth? I guess is part of the. It's not something that you expect people talk about you if you're providing good service, right? But what about cold outreach or other social networks?
Yeah, I'm starting now with this one, but I would like to grow in YouTube, for example. So let's see. I would like to see how. I'm thinking about it in the back of my head, because I think once I get more automatic, like I learn what for Instagram works, then I can start with another one, because this one is still on the work. I don't know what works for me in there. So I think I need to find what works, like some people it worked to talk on the car. So they find out that if they talk in the car, and that works. That's how they do it. That's their role, and that works. So I want to find my thing, what works for me. So when I find that, I will be able to be consistent and open another platform.
What we are doing now is we are reusing the content we generate for Instagram. I mean, we create shorts mainly for Instagram, and we post it on TikTok as well. And what we are seeing is that on TikTok, at least for us, the reach is much higher than on Instagram. So I don't know, maybe you can give it a try.
I will, definitely. I was super hesitant with TikTok because, I don't know.
Us too.
It's not my target. I feel like my target are more, my age people. And not many people that my age sees TikTok or, I don't know. I think I have a limiting belief about the TikTok. So
I
need to open my mind to it.
But it happened to us as well. It was a friend of mine who was also on this podcast, who told us just reuse the content, post it on TikTok and see what happens. And it seems that the reach is much higher. I mean, we have been posting for a couple of days already, and we see a lot of views in comparison with Instagram.
Super, I will do that. Thank you. Yeah. Nice tip.
But actually, now you're talking about our age is more YouTube, not Instagram. So
I will say Facebook, but
Facebook? No, come on, Natalia. I mean, we are not my mother.
Yeah, true. That's more our parents.
I think it's YouTube.
No, but my target range, it's from the people 10 years younger than me to 10, 20 years older than me. So I will keep Facebook, okay. YouTube, Instagram. But yeah, I don't know TikTok, but I will try it. Why not?
You can see Natalia is a professional, right? She knows marketing because we have no idea about our audience.
We don't care. So we just post everywhere and something will come up. If you think about it, Giorgio, it's like Elon Musk does everything, right? He just, even in politics, he just removes things and see what happens. If it breaks, then I put it back, right?
That's another way, of course. That's another way. As long as it feels right and you're enjoying it, keep doing it.
Well, I wouldn't say enjoying.
I guess we should also rewire our brain,
Yes,
right?
I think so.
I think that's the way. If we keep hating it, there's no way we're going to pull through.
How do you know your target audience? How did you manage to identify that's my target audience?
It was years of thinking about it. Because I was like, oh, should I go with beginners or younger people? No. Then one day, and many people told me this, but I was hesitant to go through it because you need to really think about it and feel it. So with which person, software, whatever you were doing, you felt the most enjoyable, happy, energetic. You have the more energy. Like, so for example, for me, work like which kind of client have given you that you were really happy to train, that give you energy afterwards, you were not drained, that you could spend hours training that person and you wouldn't mind, things like that. So when you want to feel like which is your target or who you want to talk to, which person will you talk to and you enjoy talking, you will learn, it will give good feedback. So that's how I start thinking, who is this person? So I ran into some of these people locally and I had to remind myself of them. And then, okay, this person, what age has, what they do, how they do it, where they at, where they live, which language they speak. And I start to, what are the pain points, what are their dreams? Or ChatGPT also helped me because he gives me really good questions. Like, okay, where you feel your energy the best, and then he gave me a couple of scenarios, and that's how I end up building like, I think also I have a lot of limiting beliefs about it. For example, I used to believe like, personal trainers, no, they're just into the body and the super physical and superficial. I don't want to be superficial, so I don't want to be personal training. That's how I get into health coaching, because I stopped doing personal training because I thought like, no, personal training is bad, you are bad. And then it's like, no, because muscle is important, because you need, if you also strain your brain, you take creatine, strain your brain, strain your muscles, you will have a longer life. I want to be riding a bike with 80 years old. I want that. So I'm guessing many people also think about that. So I want to be the inspiration for these people. So it's not just about the physics. I look now good. I won't be like this all the time. I'm just enjoying it now. And that's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad to want to feel sexy and nice. But I believe that was bad. So yeah.
It's actually also quite interesting because there was this, not rumor, but more this urban legend that cardio was much important than strength, right? Especially in women, that like, no, I don't want to do strength because otherwise my back will grow so much I will look like the Hulk, right?
Like a man.
So I'm sorry. I'm trying to build muscle here for years and I was not able to. Why you, without all the testosterone that I have, how will you manage to grow your back like the Hulk?
Look, this comes down to marketing. So marketing has changed the way we think about many things. So if you see the thing with bread, the bread makes you fat, and when you eat the bread, you will actually feel that you're getting fat. It's insane. It's insane. So it's the same with muscle. So it used to believe that thin was good. Then the Kardashians came and no, you need to have a good ass, so you need to grow your hips. Then then you have to need boobs. Now you don't need boobs, but so it's marketing. So cardio. If you ask me directly what cardio means, cardio is good for your heart. As cardio, the word says, is cardiovascular. It comes from that. So it's stamina for your heart. Good example, cows walk all day and eat grass and they are fat. So it's not related. You when you run, you use more calories, right? And we know calories in, calories out is what makes you have your weight. So yeah, you could do cardio for losing weight for a couple of weeks or months, even if you have in a deficit calorie diet. Otherwise, you won't, because cardio actually will make you eat more because it triggers your hormones of hunger. So it's a balance, you know. You need to have a balance between cardio and why you do it. So you do it for losing fat. It's better going to eat less calories, and you will be better at it than killing yourself with cardio. But if you enjoy doing it, okay, so be careful. You need to strengthen your muscles because you can harm your knees. And also, if you do too much cardio and you're not eating enough, you will lose the muscle. So it is a thin line. So cardio is just another way to have a healthy heart, but it's not related with muscles or losing weight.
And also because it only trains the lower part of your body, right? So your core is completely untrained if you only do cardio. How do you train your core, your biceps, your pecs, so all the upper body, let's say? How do you train that with cardio? You cannot, right? So at the end, you are a thin person.
Well, I'm watching now. You know, these Peloton bikes are very popular.
Yes.
I see people will. So they have classes. They use dumbbells. So they do dumbbells. So they created a mix of both, and I found it funny. But yeah, if it works for you, fine. I don't judge anything. You know, whatever works for you, just do it. But yeah, it's muscle needs strain over time. You know, you need to overload because eventually, or fatigue the muscle in ways so it can really grow. For women, as I said before, it takes a ton of time and a lot of work. You need to rest. I mean, you can work out half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours a day, but what you do the rest of the day is what matters the most. So it's a job. It's a job, and if you really want to, you can do it. I can give you, and you know, I've been years testing. I can give you the blueprint. You just copy, right? And you will do it, and you will have results. But my idea is also to teach you so you can be happy and content and grow old, strong, you know?
Many people out there, especially in social media, that sell themselves like gurus of marketing, they always say the trick to grow in marketing or in social media is to add value. What do you think about this sentence? And if you agree, how do you manage to get added value every day in your videos?
Well, it's giving them the blueprint, giving them all the information, because you know what happened? Even if you give them all the knowledge you know in Instagram, do it. Give everything you know to Instagram. People won't put it together to do it themselves. They will always need a hand to walk you through it, you know? So that's adding value. I feel like for some people, I read a lot of content for free from many coaches. And since I'm experienced in the field, I'm able to take them in a good way for me. And I saw results without paying their services, just for the free tips. But for most of the population, they are not experienced. They will see and hear many things, you know, like too much carbs and too much fat and too much cardio, and they wouldn't know what to do. And we are 7 billion people in this world, or 8, I don't know how many we are right now. And we are all different. I mean, there's no two people alike. I mean, they can look alike, but they are not alike. Like, at the end, everything is different. So we are all different for a reason. So this means there's a lot of opportunity there, and to offer value in that sense. So give everything you want, everything you know, no restriction, no secrets. But they wouldn't put it together.
Can I put you in a hypothetical situation now? So let's imagine that you start doing TikTok now and reusing your content, and suddenly you go viral on TikTok and you see that you are getting more reach on TikTok. We know that TikTok is mostly for Generation Z, right? And so I was wondering, because you were saying before how you targeted your audience was by thinking yourself, with whom do you feel more like you can talk to, like feel comfortable, right? So let's imagine that you go viral on TikTok and you start growing a big audience of Generation Z. Will you still stick to your current audience, although you know that there is less people there, because it's easier for you to talk to them? Or do you go where all the growth that you are getting, what would you do?
I will adapt. I will grow and adapt. I wouldn't just stay with one, if I see an opportunity. And it's like I do enjoy more. That doesn't mean I am not capable of training others or helping others. So if I see a really the need. It's another thing that I have in my mind that I wanted to do it in the future, is to teach younger kids to train and teach them about nutrition. So it's not blocked, and it's not like I'm against or I wouldn't do it. It's just to start. To start with a target, because it's something you enjoy and you know how to do. Then you need to adapt, and you need to rewrite the book every time, because I think that's the business. If you don't adapt, you won't grow. You will get stuck.
True. If Giorgio and I wanted to start doing social media marketing, but right, not like what we are doing now, what would be your tips for us to get more than 1,000 followers, or at least to get to that level?
Look, I am no marketing expert in social media. I'm just trying and error, as I said before. And I think, and I heard that from many content creators, that the idea is that you find where you shine. That's what I'm trying to see, like where I shine. So I shine with voiceovers working out, or I shine here talking in front of the camera, or I shine just putting words in pictures. You need to find what you enjoy right now doing, so make it work. And then you will evolve and will find the tools to do it again. And I think I've seen so many content creators and people trying marketing and things that they had been they have peeled their layers over the years, and they haven't been one thing consistent over. They change and they adapt and they do it again and they try and they grow like that. So I feel it's like you need to find that thing and push a bit and remember why you're doing it and be consistent. But yeah, you need to put an intention behind this, why you're doing it, and do it right, like quality content, and be yourself in the best of sense, what you enjoy doing. If you are forced to do it, naturally won't look good. Probably nobody will like to see it. So as long as you're enjoying it and it's something that it connects with someone, well, it will work. Somebody will hear you and you will grow. I think I haven't given too much thought about this grow thing, but now that I want to grow, what I'm doing is that testing what works for me and what works for the audience. So I'm trying to create content that works for me, see what happens with the audience. Is it connecting? No. Okay, next. But I need to pay ads. I need to try other platforms like you suggested. That's a good idea as well, and see.
So you're using paid ads as well?
Yeah, I'm using paid ads. I'm trying.
On Instagram?
I'm using Instagram, yeah, and Instagram mainly.
Okay.
I started recently with Google, but it's Instagram where I try.
How do you interact with your audience?
Stories.
So, but there is no back and forth, actually. There is only one way.
Well, when they reply to questions or they ask questions, or messaging as well works.
So you use Instagram as a DM platform?
Yeah.
So you would be also the perfect user for our new platform.
Glad to help.
DM replies. So if you're a content creator like Natalia on Instagram and you are suffering DMs, you cannot handle it on Instagram, please contact us, because we are really would love to help you there with our new product, DM replies. Last question, Natalia.
Yeah.
So you said you're using ChatGPT, right?
Yes.
Are you using AI in any other way, or just ChatGPT?
Just that one for now.
Are you paying for it, actually?
Yes, I'm paying it, and I was hesitant, but I realized that it doesn't get stuck and it works faster and the replies are nicer. And for what it does for me, actually $20 a month is like nada. It's like paying Canva. Canva is also a really good app, and I'm gonna start using I think they have a AI integration with Claude, what was the name?
Canva
Canva has an integration with
I didn't know.
With not ChatGPT, another AI.
Claude, could be Claude.
Yeah, with Claude. Yeah, Claude. And I want to start trying that one. The thing is, like, I got married with ChatGPT because Marco, my husband, had Claude for us, for both. And it's like, that doesn't work. How is going to have both? I mean, how he will get the information from both and then know it's different people? Like, no. So he will mix his ideas with mine, and I didn't like it. So I started ChatGPT free, and then I give so much information about me and my business that now I'm going to start over with another one. No, what a pain. I feel like I'm not going to do that. And so my husband says, yeah, but you can just migrate the information. We tried. It was a nightmare. We couldn't do it. Because when we took the zip file from ChatGPT, it wouldn't upload so easily into Claude or into another AI. I will have to start over. And it's like, no.
That's actually the best hook that OpenAI did, right? Like to introduce this memory thing, so ChatGPT gets to know you better. So the replies to your questions are much better with time, right?
It is mind-blowing. He will remember.
And then after you build this knowledge base, it's impossible to change. Or the results will be much worse if you change
the response I was having in Claude, for example, wasn't the same. But still, you can use another. But I would like to try another app, AI, for creating programs and things nicely, video editing, things like that. I think would be fun.
We are using for a video editing two tools right now. Giorgio is using DaVinci, which is for free. It's quite powerful. And I'm using CapCut from TikTok, actually. They built it. It's kind of similar, but I think it's less powerful, but easier to use, at least for me. Giorgio needs to teach me how to use DaVinci. Actually, he's starting a YouTube channel already for
I will
months,
watch it. I will watch it.
But he didn't start yet, so...
Keep writing down an idea right now, what you just said about moving from ChatGPT to others. I think it can be much easier than it should be.
It's not, Giorgio. It's a nightmare.
You just brought another item to our backlog. Thank you, Natalia. It's crazy.
I'm glad to give you ideas.
So thank you very much, Natalia.
You're welcome.
For your time.
Thank you, guys.
And luckily, we made it in 1 hour.
Yes.
That was your request, right?
Yes. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. It was much fun talking to you.
Thank you.
Let's stay in touch for our early adopter program.
Sure. I'll be happy to try everything.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too, guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.